Empathy hasn't disappeared. People still care. They still react. They still feel something when they see suffering. And yet, something feels thinner. Understanding feels rarer. Listening feels shorter. Disagreement escalates faster than it used to. It's not that empathy is gone. It's that something around it has changed. The real question isn't, do people still care? It's, do the conditions that allow empathy still exist? Empathy is often treated as a personality trait, something you either have or don't. But empathy is not fixed, it's a capacity, and like any capacity, it depends on conditions. Empathy requires emotional bandwidth, attentional space, exposure to nuance, and time to process experience. When those conditions are present, empathy expands. When they are reduced, empathy doesn't disappear, it contracts. In the previous episode, we explored how systems reshaped human interaction. This is one of the consequences. When interaction becomes faster, shorter, and more functional, empathy becomes harder to sustain. Not because people care less, but because caring requires time, attention, and presence. And empathy is slow. Modern life is not. Today, people are exposed to more information than ever before. News cycles, social media, global events delivered instantly. At first, this increases awareness. You see more. You know more. But over time, something else happens. The emotional system becomes overwhelmed. When exposure exceeds the ability to process, the system adapts. It reduces intensity. Not out of indifference, but out of protection. This is why repeated exposure can feel like numbness, detachment, and reduced emotional response. Empathy isn't gone. It's being regulated. Empathy requires attention. It requires staying with another person's experience, not just hearing it, but holding it. But modern life places constant demands on attention. Notifications, tasks, deadlines, information overload. When cognitive load increases, emotional range narrows. People respond faster, but with less depth. Instead of understanding, they move to interpretation, then judgment. Empathy is replaced by reaction. When empathy is reduced, disagreement changes. People stop seeing each other as experiences. They see each other as positions. A belief becomes an identity. A disagreement becomes a threat. Empathy requires asking, how did this person arrive here? But that takes time, and without time, that question is never asked. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Empathy didn't decline because people became worse. It declined because life became louder, faster, and emotionally overwhelming. Modern environments reward reaction, quick responses, strong opinions, clear positions. These signals are visible. They spread easily. Empathy works differently. It requires pausing before responding, listening without interrupting, and staying curious without concluding. In fast environment, this feels inefficient. So people adapt. They react more and reflect less. Empathy is not just about kindness. It supports cooperation, trust, understanding, and social stability. When empathy contracts, misunderstanding increases, dehumanization becomes easier, emotional fatigue spreads, and connection weakens. And this doesn't happen suddenly. It happens gradually. When empathy is seen as contextual, not moral, the perspective shifts. Instead of asking, what's wrong with people? You begin to ask, what conditions make empathy difficult right now? That question changes everything, because it moves from blame to understanding. And from understanding comes the possibility of change. As empathy becomes harder to sustain, something else begins to surface, a quiet emptiness. Not from lack of success, but from lack of meaning. And this leads to the next pattern. Why so many people feel lost, even after achieving what they thought they wanted. If this reflection resonated, take a moment before moving on. If you value long-form explorations of human behavior, consider liking this video so others can find it. Subscribe for future episodes of Wellness Hubnest, and share below. What conditions make empathy difficult right now?